is the other one I have on your docket for this
That's
morning.
on page 5.
Yes, and that, there are a number of amendments. I'm not sure whether they're going to be line amendments or a substitute. Yeah, have a substitute? Line amendments, okay. And what this does, Madam Chair, it proposes to set up a task force to work on waste diversion and recycling, which is something I think is very timely. And in view of the conversation y'all just had, one of the things that was suggested, we were going to charge DEQ with taking the lead on this. One of the line amendments will actually have the task force itself taking the lead so that DEQ will not have that responsibility. What it proposes to do is focus on ways of encouraging recycling, composting, other issues related, taking a look at the current litter control and recycling fund that we have in place. Madam Chair, I would suggest to you it's something that we're struggling with right now. I know in our region, and I think statewide, because I've done a little bit of study on this, we were all geared up for recycling, people putting their things in their different composting bins and all of that, to discover that the economies weren't working on some of that, particularly plastics. And so you might put it in a different spot, but when it ended up in the landfill, get dumped in the same place as everything else. The intent of this would be to bring together the stakeholders that are suggested in here. The line amendments would add some additional stakeholders to come up with recommendations for incentivizing recycling and appropriate ways of diverting materials from the landfills.
Okay. We need a motion on the amendments. Second. Moved and seconded that we adopt the amendments. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Those opposed? Okay, those amendments are adopted. Senator Hanger, you have anyone here in support?
No one specific. I have circulated this with various stakeholders that have agreed to the resolution, particularly with the amendments as far as the composition and the direction. I think you would find that DEQ, as with anything, when they have, they will initiate this, they would probably tell you that, well, that there's going to be a little cost to them internally to get this set up. So I don't know whether they have a position, a formal position, or someone does.
Madam Chair.
Senator Norman?
Senator Hanger, based on your line amendments that were adopted, does it completely eliminate the $300,000 projected cost?
That, I would presume that it does, although in talking with DEQ, what they were anticipating was shopping out expert people to study specific things, and I didn't anticipate that as a part of this study. And so if they don't have that funding, we wouldn't have the ability just with the task force to commission, say, a $250,000 study.
Madam Chairman, my name is Steve Carter Lovejoy. I'm with the Virginia Sierra Club, and I'll just point out that this is quite a substantial cost for localities to deal with solid waste, and I think a good plan would help to save money for the localities.
Thank you.
And Madam Chair,
Senator Deeds?
I would suggest that this probably has a little different. We need to look at this a little differently than we did the last two. Nearly every locality I represent deals with recyclables differently, and that's because of the cost of disposing of, or the cost of finding somebody who will take the material from them. This is a serious issue that I think we need to look at.
Okay, thank you. Any further discussion on Senate Joint Resolution 42?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that Senate Joint Resolution 42 be approved. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Those opposed? Thank you,
Thank you,
Senator
Madam
Hanger.
Chair.